This next exercise is the glute bridge hip raise. Starting off, I'll get you to, so bringing your feet up, we want them around about hip width apart and the knees bent to around 90 degrees. Arms are flat by the side for support. What I want you to do now is tilt your hips back and slowly draw your tummy in. Pushing through your heels, I want you to bring those hips up just to a comfortable height. So this is a reduced range one, which is a little bit easier. If this is okay, you can push up a little bit higher. So I'll get you to push through your heels, squeeze and come up a little bit higher. So see now we've got a nice point between the shoulders, hips and knees. Slowly lower back down to your start position. You're going to go through about 8 to 10 of those ones again before having a rest. Nice and high, and then slowly come back down. Weight should be through the heels, and you should feel it in the back of the hips. This completes the glute bridge hip raise. This is the knee rock exercise, which is great for giving your lower back a little bit more flexibility. What I'll get you to do is bring your knees up with your feet flat on the bed. Knees and heels are going to touch together. Arms are by your side. So for this exercise, I'll get you to roll your knees just off to the side to about 45 degrees. You should feel a nice stretch through your lower back. I want you to squeeze your tummy muscles to bring your knees back into neutral. Good. Follow that motion through to the other side. Good. Light stretch on the lower back and then squeeze your tummy muscles to bring you back in. You'll go through 8 to 10 repetitions of this one before having a rest and repeating. This completes the knee rock exercise. The next exercise we're going to be going through is the chest fly exercise. For this exercise, you can use multiple items of equipment. You can use a ball, your own hand weight, or some little weights. To start off with this position, I'm going to get you to bring your knees up, your hips, your feet hip width apart with your feet flat, and I'm going to get you to start with your arms above your head. That's it, so just at chest height. Using your breath, I want you to slowly open up both hands down to the bed, and then I want you to take a breath in and exhale on the way up. That's it. This is a great exercise for opening your chest muscles. To make this exercise a little bit more challenging, you can add a little bit of a balance component by using a ball which you're going to transfer between hands. Very important to use your breathing to try and open up those chest muscles for this exercise. The last variation of this exercise is to include a little bit of weight. For this exercise, we're going to use some hand weights to make it a little bit more challenging. So starting with the hands up nice and tall, gripping the handles nice and firmly, you're going to keep your shoulders down nice and relaxed. I want you to go through the same motion where you're going to slowly drop the arms out to the side, just to a comfortable height to there. Breathe in and then out on the way up. Good. For this exercise, once again, you'll be going through 8 to 10 repetitions, rest in between for 30 seconds, and then repeat. This concludes the chest fly exercise. This next exercise is the quad clench. This is a great exercise for strengthening those muscles at the front of your thigh. For this exercise, I'm going to get you to very slowly contract through the front of the thigh and bring the toe up to straighten the leg. And then relax. So you're going to hold these ones for 1 to 2 seconds each before relaxing. Going through. Do you feel that in the front of the thigh there? Good. Relax. And then again. Going with one leg only makes it a little bit easier. To make it a little bit more challenging, we can try 2 legs. Coming through, nice and tall. Notice how the feet come up as Silvana contracts her legs. Going through this exercise, you'll do 8 to 10 repetitions of either single or double leg before having a rest and repeating. This concludes our quad clench exercise.
This next exercise is called your heel lift exercise from the bed. So for this exercise, we need to make sure our knees are bent up, feet flat on the bed, about hip distance apart, and knees in line with your feet and your hips. That gives you a nice stable base. From there, we bring our hands down to support us, and then I'm going to get you to rotate your hips back. So shift your hips back. That's it, and that'll just switch on your tummy muscles. So we're going to maintain that switch on through your tummy muscles throughout this movement. The exercise is a heel lift. So what I'm going to get you to do is lift your heels up off the bed. That's it. Yep, no. So I want you to lift your heels up off the bed. So lift your heels up and then come back. I'm just going to get Linda to come a little bit closer so she can get more out of the exercise. So from there, you want to push your big toe into the bed, lift up, and then come back down. So this is an exercise that works your calves, the muscles through here, and also your tummy. So you want to keep your tummy set and switched on throughout the movement. Okay, I'll get you to do a couple more for me, Linda. Just lifting up and then back down. We recommend doing 8 to 10 repetitions, having a rest, and then repeating the exercise again. That completes our heel lift exercise. Our next exercise is called supine band pull-aparts. For this exercise, you will need a TheraBand, something like this, or tubing like we were using in the previous exercises. From here, we're going to create your set position again, so bending your knees up for me, Linda. Feet flat on the bed. You want your feet hip distance apart. You want your knees in line with your feet and your hips. And again, we want to switch our tummy on to make sure our lower back is nice and safe and stable. So rotating your hips back, switching your tummy on. Now this movement, we're going to hold the band in our hands. So I'll get you to lift your hands up, right up to ceiling. Well done. And holding the band in your hands. Now the closer you hold the band with your hands together, the harder you make the move. So we're going to make it a medium amount of work. So we'll put that in your hands there, Linda. Nice strong grip. You want your shoulders down, tummy switched on, and Linda's going to pull her arms apart. So she's going to pull apart, coming all the way out, a little bit further. Good. So just stop before your arm touches the bed, and then slowly making your way back up to the middle. That's it. I would also like your palms, we'd also like your palms facing the center. That just makes the movement a little bit easier. Try again. Do you feel how that makes it easier? Yeah, good. Coming slowly back to center. So keep the movement slow and controlled. We'd like you doing 8 to 10 repetitions twice through. And that completes our supine band pull-apart exercise. This next exercise is called your supine leg extensions. For this exercise, I like to use a ball because we find it's easier to coordinate the exercise. So we'll set up your set position again, bending your knees up. We want feet flat on the bed, feet about hip distance apart, and knees in line with your hips and your feet. Again, Linda, I'll get you to step your tummy, so rotating your hips back, drawing your belly button into your spine. And to make it a little bit easier, we just place the ball in between your knees. And the exercise is a leg extension. So from here, with this front leg, I'd like you to lift your foot up off the bed, point your toes back towards you, and feel the clench in the muscle through the front of your thigh, your quadricep. Coming back down. Good. So I want you to keep the movement smooth and controlled. Keep it moving for me, Linda. That's it, pointing your toes back, keeping your tummy engaged, lower back down, and belly button into your spine. We would like you completing 8 to 10 repetitions on each side, having a break in the middle, and then completing that again. That completes our leg extension exercise. For this next exercise, we would like you on your side. This is called your Thoracic Opener exercise. It is a great exercise to open up your chest and help your muscles feel a little bit longer and stretched. So for this exercise, in what we call the fetal position, with your knees up here for me, that's it. You want hands out, that's it. Now our bed's a little bit skinny, so you can do this from the floor or you can do this from your bed. We'd like your top hand slightly in front of your bottom hand and your knees stacked on top of each other like this. From there, as if you're pulling a bow and arrow, you're going to pull your hand back. Then Linda's going to open up her chest and taking that arm out behind her, feeling the stretch come through her arm across her chest and down through her tummy across to her hip. Again, in the same motion, bending your elbow, coming slowly back in and reaching forward. So as you can see, the movement is slow and controlled and it's continuous. So Linda's going to keep going through, coming back and opening up. It is a really great stretch and it's a great one to use if you're having a bad day. It's a great one just to open you up and make you feel a little bit better and able to move better as well. So for this one, we'd like you to complete between 8 to 10 repetitions on each side, and if you can, twice through. That completes our thoracic opener exercise.